Typically in a range cow operation, protein will oftentimes be the first limiting nutrient. And again, back to that uniqueness of the ruminant animal, we know that as the dietary crude protein level goes below 7%, that animal the rumen environment and the bacteria are starved for nitrogen. So oftentimes if we can supply supplemental nitrogen in the form of protein, it enhances that bacterial population's ability to grow at maximum rate and therefore help digest that forage at the maximum rate. So oftentimes a small amount of supplemental protein to a protein deficient forage diet will not only boost protein intake, but it boosts energy intake by at the same time increasing overall forage intake. So a lot of producers may look at this and say that's well and good. We know it's a typical situation. The higher the protein content in a supplement, in terms of all natural protein, typically the cheaper that protein is going to be on a dollars per pound of protein basis. And so the next question that may oftentimes be asked by producers is, well, how do I know how much protein a particular animal needs? And certainly we know that the nutrient needs, in this case protein, we know that nutrient needs change during the physiological calendar that cow goes through during her production year. As we move from mid-gestation to late gestation, we know that nutrient needs, be it protein, energy, and minerals, all of those rise, because we know the two periods of greatest nutrient demand are late gestation and the first half of lactation. And so as we move into late gestation, that last 90 days of pregnancy, about 75 to 80% of the fetal growth occurs in that last 85 to 90 days of pregnancy. So there's tremendous nutrient demand, a tremendous rise in nutrient demand in that last third of pregnancy. And then the first half of lactation, lactation also comes with a significant nutrient demand. And so we've got that 6-7 month period of time in there where we've got tremendous rise in nutrient demand on that particular cow. And then as we go through weaning, back into mid-gestation, nutrient demand drops off. But a good rule of thumb is protein requirement on a daily basis, pounds of crude protein for a cow over her annual production cycle is going to range probably from somewhere in the neighborhood of 1.4, 1.5 pounds per day up to maybe as much as 2.5, 2.75 pounds per day, depending on genetic potential for milk production, her body size, her age, whether or not we're trying to make a change in body condition or manage body condition. All those factors come into play there. But somewhere in that 1.5 to 2.5 pound range is a pretty good rule of thumb for daily protein demand by a beef cow.